Enemy taking C. We lost C.
So what's up, YouTube? This is Will Pro, and today I have some more Havoc DLC gameplay. This time on the map Core, which is actually one of the worst maps the worst map in the DLC, but I do manage to do pretty well. So I have that gameplay for you guys in the background, and I'm just gonna talk some more about the Havoc DLC. As you can see, this map is it's not very attractive at all, but I do believe I go like 41 and 2 or something like that with the AE4. I mean, I'm still trying to get that DNA bomb. Haven't got it yet on the DLC map or with the AE4, but getting pretty close, like 20 kill streaks and stuff, 25 kill streaks. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that in the background, and I just want to talk to you guys more about the Havoc DLC now. It's not that bad, honestly. Like, the maps, you get used to them, and you know you can play them pretty effectively. However, you can tell that a lot of people haven't bought these maps. I understand why, because AEW is not that great of a game, honestly. Because, like, I go to the playlist, right, and there's so few people playing the Havoc DLC playlist. And one reason you can tell that is because people, like, you join the same match. If you leave a match, let's say you just leave it because people are playing, like, sweaties or something. You leave that match, and then you can go and you try to join another match. It will likely put you in the same match, and that's probably because there's not very many people playing it, so the game has no other choice but put you in the same lobby you were already in, which is pretty stupid in my opinion. But also, there's only 2 playlists for the first time ever in the DLC. There's only 2 playlists, which is Team Deathmatch and Mosh Pit, and which tells you that's solid proof that no one really bought the DLC. Because why else would they do that? The reason why they did that is to keep playlist populations small. So it only makes sense, because if not very many people are playing the game, then it just makes no sense to split people up. So oftentimes I'm finding myself out to play like a game with like Uplink or even TDM in a mosh pit. Like, why do you put TDM in mosh pit? If I wanted to play TDM, I would just play the TDM playlist. So I mean, I only get Domination a certain amount of the time, so yeah, this is one of the good gameplays. Like the other gameplays, like Uplink is okay, but when you have that guy running around the ball, like, he's twice the health of everyone else, and he can knife you, so he can like panic knife you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It was just unfortunate. So I don't really like playing Uplink on the DLC playlist. I'd rather just play Dom. I mean, it's too bad that not enough people bought it, so they could add another playlist. I mean, I'm not saying you guys should buy it. I mean, Michael Conjury against people definitely do not deserve your money, but you definitely should get it. I mean, whether that be license transferring it or something. Because, well, yeah, this DLC is fun, like, at times. I mean, especially the zombies. The multiplayer, it's okay. I mean, the core is probably the worst out of the map, so you can see why. I mean, look how bad, like, the map just looks cosmetically. And not only that, it's just like a cluster. It's just a cluster of stuff like everywhere. It's confusing. The map doesn't flow too well. And I don't even know how I got killed there. Oh yeah, Ace and 1. Hey guys, this gun is overpowered and such did absolutely nothing to do it. Like, absolutely nothing to it in the last weapon balance. So that kind of proves that they're not such to play their own game. And speaking of them not playing their own game, have you guys noticed that there are so many glitches on Outbreak Zombie? Like, okay, I know I already showed you guys the on the desk glitch for the Outbreak deal. Let's see, like the Outbreak Zombies map. I mean,
Enemy taking B.
If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out, because that glitch is probably one of the best glitches ever.
Our UAV
but
is online.
There are actually more, and there's a lot more. I mean, I found another one. Those like where you can camp on a windowsill, and you're literally saved from being hit by zombies by a pane of glass, like a single pane of glass. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, but that works too. The zombies pile up underneath you. But there's also like a bunch of little glitches where you can jump on top of like computer monitors and on top of signs and stuff inside the Atlas building, and zombies just pile up underneath you and they can't get you. So I found that kind of ridiculous, and what that means is that Sledgehammer has not play tested their own game. They were probably rushed as usual, and they didn't put enough invisible walls, because that would not happen in a turret game. trick glitches are usually much more complicated because their maps are much more put together. And don't get me wrong, Exo Zombies is actually really fun, but the only problem I have with it is just that it doesn't seem like they play their game, and just the map is just a little too small, and they put a bunch of unnecessary stuff like Exo Zombies and EMP zombies. I feel that's unnecessary. But other than that, it is fun, and it's worth getting the DLC for zombies. But if you can help it, don't buy it from the store, license transfer it or something, because if you really want Michael Contra to get your hard-earned money, I mean, I don't think so. So yeah, just keep that in mind. No. In regards to the glitches in zombies, do I necessarily want them patched? Probably not. I don't think. I mean, the glitches are fun and all, but it just kind of proves that they don't play their game, which is kind of unfortunate. Now, let me get the other maps in the DLC, because I played a few of those the other day. Played some yesterday, and I finally gave them a chance after playing some zombies, because after I played like a 2-hour zombies game, I was kind of tired of zombies for that moment, time, so I played other maps. Okay, so let me go over Sideshow. So Sideshow looks like probably the best map in the DLC, because of the theme and stuff, but I just don't like how it plays. I mean, it's too small, of course. It's too easy to get flanked, especially since you can only go 2 rooms in the entire motel, and there aren't too many good camping spots, except there's one extreme camping spot I'll probably get to. Hopefully I can get a 6-man camp out for you guys. But yeah, that map is only okay, I guess. I haven't been able to actually do well. That's actually the map I do the worst on. But let's go to other maps like Drift. I mean, Drift is okay. I mean, I went on like a 20-something kill streak yesterday because I was camping in the train station. And it's actually, I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, I just don't really get the Christmas theme, especially in January. Yeah, so it's an okay map overall, but I definitely feel like, it probably could have been better if they increased the amount of indoor areas you can get into, because I don't know, what do you guys think? Doesn't it seem like they've been reducing the amount of second-story windows and in buildings that are accessible? The latest CODs, I mean, they did that on Black Ops 2. I mean, some maps didn't even have second-floor buildings, like most of the Black Ops 2 ones didn't. And then Modern Warfare 3 pretty much had almost no overlooking positions, like power positions, like where you can get up to a second or third story window and just overlook the map. Modern Warfare 3 didn't have really anything like that. Ghost had that, so I'm not really concerned with that. But Advanced Warfare seems to also be missing that from a lot of their maps. I don't know. They've seen replace verticality from windows to rooftops. And it just makes the map play a little differently. I mean, I wish they would expand verticality through windows and stuff, but I don't know, man. Just let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that, because I think it makes the map a little boring. Like, even this map, the core I'm playing on, is kind of flat almost. There's a few overlooking positions, but they're not that great. I mean, they're okay, but they're not great. Okay, let's go on to the last map of the DLC, which was Urban. Now, Urban, it's an okay map. I mean, it's not. I used to think it was pretty bad because the map itself, it's really small, and it's really gray and dark, and yeah, but yeah, I actually did pretty well in that. I think I had like a 25 kill streak. I forgot what game mode it was. I think it was Uplink. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's kind of like Nuketown in a way. You can camp the 2 buildings. But I just kind of wish they expanded a little more on that damn map, because it just seems way too small and too close quarters and too shotgun friendly.
Enemy taking Alpha.
Any maps that's shotgun friendly, I tend not to like.
We lost Alpha.
I mean, there's a ton of close quarter hallways and stuff, and it basically means that if you're running anything else other than the shotgun, you have no chance. Which is unfortunate, because I'm an assault rifle player, as you guys can tell. I actually did pretty well on that map, so it's not as bad as I thought, but I definitely think Core's the worst map in the DLC, even though I'm doing quite well right now. But yeah, don't buy the DLC at all for multiplayer maps. I wouldn't recommend that. For the zombies, definitely. And yeah, if you guys are planning on getting that, just play play the zombies and, you know, do the glitches while you can, because, you know, Sledgehammer might patch them, and then it won't be as fun. But yeah, I'll definitely try to bring you guys some camping gameplay on that, because I think I found a legitimate spot, like I can camp pretty well. So I'll definitely let you guys know how that works out. So yeah, I think we're reaching the end of the gameplay here, because our team's capping way too much, and we're already at 197. So yeah, so anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Also hope you enjoyed the gameplay, because this is pretty good gameplay, especially for one of my first games on Core. So if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. This has been World at War, and see you guys later.